What's Gucci everyone? It's AJ here again, and I want to do another kind of problem-solving video in Ruby, something I love to do. And oh my gosh, my keyboard is so dirty, I did not notice that. But this is the problem for you guys. A palindromic number reads the same both ways. The largest palindrome made from the product of two-digit numbers, is 9009. 91 times 99. Find the largest palindrome from the product of two three-digit numbers, so like 100 times 100. So what I want to do is we want to make a way to, first of all, be able to tell if something's a palindrome. And a palindrome, the way I like to think of it, is when the reverse equal something that's something one way is the same flipped around. So it's when the reverse equals the other way. When the front forwards equals backwards. And so the way we're going to do this with a number is we're going to do something kind of cool here. And what we're going to do is another feature I like in Ruby is I'm going to make a class called integer. And there already is a class called integer in Ruby. It's what, controls numbers. But what I can do in Ruby is I can override or add methods to this built-in class. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a number called palindrome. And I'm going to give it a question mark because that's what you kind of do in Ruby convention is I'm asking a question, is it a palindrome? And so with that, I'm going to do self.2s equals self.2s.reverse. And so what's that saying is that, okay, give me back the value of this Boolean expression. Is self, which is the integer, that's what it is. It's whatever the integer is representing. So 2 is the string of that equal to the string of that reverse. So it's going to turn the integer into a string, which is okay because it doesn't really make sense to reverse an integer. You can reverse a string or a word, and then you can simply I'm just going to simply see if it's equal to the reverse. So that's pretty nice. So now what we're going to do here is simply, now we're going to do, we're actually going to use that later, but what I want to do now is I want to make an array of all the three-digit numbers, and the way I do that is I can do 100 to 999, which simply does that, which goes from 100 to 999. And then when I have that array, and now so that's going to, 100 to 999, it's going to give me back an enum. And an enum is a way to iterate through things, so I would have to call next, next, next. But instead I can just turn it to array and get an array of 100 through 99. And then I can show you guys here by simply running this. And I'll pan over to me showing all the numbers here. And so simply you can see that the array is working. And so now what I want to do actually is I want to be able to multiply all the combinations of these permutations, right? I want to be able to make permutations. And so what I'm going to do is going to call another built-in method on arrays, which is called permutations. And what it does is it's going to make permutations of all the things in the array. So it's going to take, it's going to take 100 and 101 and put them into a combination. Then it's going to take 100 and 102 and put that into its own special array. All the way up to 100 and 999, and then it'll go to 101 and put that against 102. So it's going to basically make all the combinations of size 2 for my array, and that's what we want, because we want to multiply all the combinations together to be able to see which one is a palindrome and which one is the biggest. So we do this. So then after I get all the permutations, that's a pretty complex compilation, but in Ruby you can do it easy. I'm going to do a map, because now that I've got all these permutations in an array, I'm going to simply take that array here in my mapping, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to take both positions that are in the array, because now my array has turned from just 100 to 99 to all the combinations of 100 to 99 in smaller arrays. So now within my mapping, within my arrays, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to instead of returning just the two numbers, I'm going to multiply the two numbers and return that instead of the array of just the smaller two numbers. So it will multiply, 100 and 100, give me 10,000, I'll multiply all the way up to 999 times 999. And so once I've multiplied all those together, what I want to do is I want to select I want to modify the array again so that I only have numbers, but I only want to select numbers that are palindromes. And let me see here if it gives me here. And because I've overrode the integer class, I've added that functionality to the integer class. So now I can just say, is it a palindrome? And then the last thing I need to do is get the max of that palindrome. And so what I want to see is that, dang it, I spelled palindrome wrong, guys. Spelled it wrong up here, right? Oh, gosh. And so when I run this program, yay, you can see here, I get a pretty big number, 906,609. And as you can see, that is a palindrome. It's the same backwards as it is forwards. And I double checked, but it is the right answer. If you go on projecteuler.net, you can plug in the answers, and you can plug in numbers, and it will tell you if you're right or wrong or not. But I've already done that for you guys. So yeah, that's how to do problem 4, and it's another kind of interesting thing. If I make the code look better, maybe better to put it on multiple lines like this. But yeah, but yes, gosh, I said in this video. I'm trying not to say guys. You know, if you ever catch me, please tell me in the comments below. And I'm trying to stop doing this too. But that's the answer to this video. Have a great day and have the best day of your life.